Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. If you have been a supporter of mine for some time now, then I want to start off this video by saying a huge thank you to all of the subscribers that have joined this community and all of the people that are truly on this journey to make their life better, to improve their life in some way, shape, or form, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how much struggle you go through. We're all in this together. We're all struggling to some degree. We're all moving through difficult times and difficult energies together. No one is alone. So just know that you're doing a good job, even when you feel like you're not doing a good job. And I wanted to start this video to say that because I know how incredibly intense this eclipse energy is right now. And it is most definitely having all of us reflect, look at the things that are not working, and really make some big changes in our life at this time. So without further ado, let's get right into the energy that I was picking up on and channeling, actually. So I'm not going to be focusing so much on the astrological events of this lunar eclipse. It is in the sign of Taurus. It is at 5 degrees and will be on Saturday on the 28th of October. But let's talk more about what this energy is truly about and why we are now closing up or wrapping up a cycle. Of course, we're always wrapping up cycles with full moons, with new moons, and the previous eclipse that we had in the on the 14th of October, which was a solar eclipse, the Ring of Fire, was this giant push from the universe. It was also this massive wake-up call for a lot of us. So there is this energy of course correction. So we're ending 2023 with the energy of course correction, needing to change something major in our lives to really move us forward, to make some big changes, to really be able to capitalize on this energy that is here for us right now. Because eclipses aren't all bad. And I just want to kind of put that out there because I think a lot of people are or can get afraid of eclipses and can assume or think that, oh my God, an eclipse is happening. So now my life is in turmoil. And maybe actually your life is in turmoil, but keep in mind that that's happening so that you can become really honestly, starkly aware of what needs to change at this time. So we all have something to change. We all have different things that we have to look at in our lives. The question is, what is in yours? It's going to be different for all of us. So I don't particularly need to even get specific because deep down we all know what we need to change within ourselves. It's just a matter of, are you willing to make that change? And these eclipses, really, the energy of them just sort of push us or force us in the direction of change. It's like the change is inevitable, basically. Okay, it's going to happen regardless. It's going to happen one way or another. So it can either be easier or it can be more challenging for you depending on how much resistance you have against that change that you need to make. And as I was sitting last night, sort of just pondering and tuning into the energy, what I was really picking up was that every area of our life needs some form of revamping. So even if you're, doing yoga every day and eating well and doing this and doing that, and you're really into a health routine, maybe you're really working hard on a project, maybe you're really putting a lot of effort into some family members or into other people or whatever it is, it's like we all have something that we need to change at this time, that we need to look at really honestly, and just be willing to admit to ourselves that, yeah, I could do better in this area, or yeah, I could pay more attention to that. My takeaway last night and the message I was really receiving was that if I really want to make big changes in my life, or if you really want to move the needle forward in something in your life, then you have to look at those other areas of your life that you think are fine, that you think are currently in balance. Because don't forget, the solar eclipse was in the sign of Libra, which was all about balance, right? So there's a lot of money and relationship balance that we all collectively need to look at this time. But specifically, it was like, for example, so if I want to make big strides in my career, then I'm going to really need to look at my day-to-day routine when it comes to my health, when it comes to my energy levels. And tuning into the energy level actually was hugely eye-opening. So there was this awareness that I'm really getting clarity on realizing how much, diet has to change. If you want like for your finances to change, you actually need to change your diet. You need to change your lifestyle. You need to change your daily routines. And daily routines have actually been highlighted for us for a really long time now. And specifically, it has been highlighted for all of us so that we can look at all of the ways in which we waste energy, all of the ways in which we waste resources, all of the ways in which we don't manage time effectively, how we don't, use what we have. And we're always out kind of seeking more or looking to buy more or get more or acquire more. But what about the stuff that you already have? Are you appreciating the things that you have? Does it bring you happiness? Does it bring you joy? Is it just a bunch of clutter all around you and it's driving you crazy? Right? Like, can you evaluate at this time what is truly bringing value into your life and what is not? And that's the main takeaway, was like everything that is not bringing value to our lives at this time is what the universe wants us to flush out, right? Eclipses are so much about recalibration, about changing our path, about resurrection, actually is the word I'm hearing, about resurrecting certain energies within us that have been dormant, that have been lying low, that have been hiding, that has been not in use, right? So it's like, where and what within you has been stagnating? Have you held in place? Have you not allowed to perhaps bloom or open or shine or be seen? Because eclipses are also about the hidden, right? And hidden truths. So what hidden truths are within you at this time that are maybe perhaps slowly emerging, especially if we give ourselves time right now? Like, I'm really taking time to introspect, to meditate, to tune into my own self, into my own energy, to really figure out, where do I need to course correct and what needs to shift and what needs to, where do I need to step up more, and put more effort in. And one of the main things that really dawned on me last night was diet. Like, when I eat, what I eat, and how often I eat. And I actually don't eat very much, but I still have tendencies to like emotional eat. And that was basically like a truth that I had to really look at and be honest with and say, okay, so maybe when I get bored, or maybe when I feel, more intensity around, especially around these energies, right? This month in particular, then how many times have I reached for like the wrong thing to comfort me instead of the right thing, right? And having awareness too about like my exercise routine and how I just really pondered this last night. I kind of came up with a list and I was thinking about, okay, I want my body, like I have this vision within my mind of how I want my body to look and how I want myself to feel within my body. And now it's like the steps just unfolded and sort of showed themselves to me in terms of what I have to do now and what steps I have to take to actually create that, right? And such a beautiful message came through about creation and how we are truly, truly the masters and the creators of our own world, of our own reality, of our own experience. So it's like, what are you creating? What are you putting out there energetically? What is your energy field, communicating with the etheric field, like with the greater field that is out there? What are you rippling out, putting out of yourself? Are they feelings, low vibrational feelings? Are you still repeating, recycling negative thought patterns? Thought patterns is a huge one, actually, that I recently had a big switch with. And actually, the last eclipse, I feel like just sort of like hacked off, it like just chopped off this complete crazy ass illusion that I was like sitting in for a really long time, where I really just allowed certain thoughts to be on repeat over and over in my mind. And I hated those thoughts and I didn't accept them because I knew they weren't my truth, but yet I allowed it to sort of circulate over and over and over. And that kind of settled down like significantly. And I have this brand new vision for myself. I have this like oh my God, it's like the road just opened right up. It's like whatever barriers, whatever roadblocks were in the way are now actually just, I'm literally doing this, like just pushing them out of the way. And I'm pushing them out of the way with my thoughts first. So more than anything, what I really want you to understand for this eclipse is be very conscious and very mindful of the thoughts that you are having and then the feelings that those thoughts are generating within you. And recalibrate them, like allow them to transform, allow them to fall away, allow them to become ascended. Like they're showing me rising, the energy rising and moving up. Can you allow yourself to move into this state of dreams and wishes and hopes fulfilled, and into this energy of like, it doesn't matter what external circumstances are going on right now, because as long as I know within myself that I can control my environment and I can control my experience through my thoughts and through my feelings, and I can really just choose to have better thoughts and better feelings, then shit, I'm in control. Then I really have so much creation power within me to manifest the life I want. Yeah, it's going to take work. Yes, it's going to take certain steps, but it's the plan. It's coming up with a plan. And that was something that I was getting very strongly. And it was like I was being shown how once you have an idea, once you know where you need to course correct and what needs to shift in your life, and you know that it's going to take a moment, it's going to take you a little while to be able to get on that track. What you can begin with is just the idea is the plan. Okay, that's the plan. That's what I would like to accomplish. The entire journey to get to that plan or to manifest it, to create it, is dark. I don't see anything right now. I have no idea what steps I'm going to take to get there. I do see a little bit of step one, maybe, right? So can you just begin with step one? And that, more than anything, the power that has, is just to begin with that step one is so crucial at this time, because it's not about how much you can, push through and whatever. It's actually just more about intention and willingness. Intention and willingness go a really long way when it comes to manifesting, right? If your heart is in a good place and your mind is aligning with that heart and with that good energy, then you're going to accomplish your goals. It's going to take time maybe, but at this time, actually, things can be accelerated significantly. So use this lunar eclipse, use this full moon as a completion of a cycle, and as make a commitment and make a choice to say enough is enough, and I'm done with this energy. I'm done with thinking this way. I'm done with feeling this way, and I'm done with experiencing this. And I'm going to just take that one step right now to move forward, to just experience something different. And that might be uncomfortable. It might not be something that I enjoy necessarily, but I have a fucking goal in mind, and I'm not going to deter from that. I'm not going to get off the path. I'm not going to deviate just because it's hard. This is truly about perseverance. This is truly about being willing to just go for those things that you have always desired. And we have such a good opportunity right now. And if you're being tested, which we are all being tested right now, then accept the challenge. Can you just say, okay, high five universe. Yeah, I accept your challenge. I'm doing this and I'm going to go for it because I so badly desire a new experience. And that's really what it comes down to. This is what personal power is, right? And so we are asked, this lunar eclipse is asking us to step in to personal power. Finally make a choice. Finally decide for yourself that I've had enough of this shit. I'm done with the same old shit, different, same shit, different day. I'm done with that. And I need to have a different experience. And I want to have a different experience. And I'm going to do whatever the hell I have to do to get that different experience. So I want to push you. I want to boost you a little bit, because that's what we all need at this time. And that's what I'm doing for myself. And I'm seeing so very clearly, like, my God, if I want to have a six pack, then shit, I better get off my ass and do something to get that six pack. It's not just going to come from me sitting around, eating chips. It's not going to come from me looking at other people working out online and not doing the work myself. So it's like, where do you need to take responsibility? And what level of responsibility do you need to take to really move the needle on something in your life? And do not forget this. And I'm reminding myself constantly and every day about this, that we are down to, like, what are we at? 2 months left of this year. We have 2 months. We have November and December left of 2023. Can you, and are you willing to make a change for the better for 2024, so that you can begin your next year, your new year, in a whole different kind of energy? 2 months is a long time. I know it goes by really fast, but it is actually a long time. It's long enough that if you just take a little step every single day for the next 2 months, shit, maybe you could be 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds lighter. Maybe you could have that six pack starting to develop and showing up and looking really good. Maybe you can start to have that, better skin. Maybe you can, that'll help boost your confidence, right? And in boosting your confidence, it will give you the encouragement to go for that new project, or for that job that you wanted to apply for that you didn't have the courage to apply for before. Like, whatever it is, like, do you see how there's steps behind everything? It's like, if you don't have the confidence, then that's the first thing that you have to work on, is building your confidence back up, so that you can take those other next steps, and those next other steps will be shown to you, based on your progress. And as you're moving forward, it'll just show up. It will be like, okay, I feel so much better about this now. Now I'm going to actually try to do this. And then you start kind of going down that path. So it's like, we forge our own pathways forward through building confidence within ourselves first, through building ourselves up to a level internally where we're just stronger and more resilient and have more courage to go for those things that we have not had the courage to go for before, right? And for many of us, it's for a long time. How many of you out there, I'm so curious to see in the comments, how many of you out there have had a long-standing dream, like a dream that you've had for years, maybe not just, maybe months, sure, but like years and years, and you've never had the courage to go for it, or you've never had the resilience or the willingness or the confidence to go for it, or just to make the changes so that it can happen for you? Can you finally just choose and decide to go for it this time? Because the opportunity is here. It's presenting itself. It's full on. It's like the cage door is open. Okay. That's the analogy I'm getting. The cage door is open. Do you want to keep sitting in the cage, or are you willing to walk through that door and walk out of it? Yes, it's unknown. Yes, it's brand new territory. Yes, you have never been there before. But aren't you curious? Don't you want to know what's on the other side of that cage door? Don't you want to experience what's on the other side of that cage door and see it for yourself and touch it and taste it and feel it? Because that's what this is about. That's what this year-end energy is about. It's really trying to kick our asses and like shove us all in the right direction. Don't forget, the universe never ever wants us to fail. It's always about, can you recognize your own power that you have been given since birth to create something wonderful for yourself and to create and change your life in a really positive way? Can you finally move forward on this? Or you can choose to stay where you're at and not make a change and stay stuck and stay stagnated and keep repeating cycles and, just live in that comfort zone, that uncomfortable comfort zone that you have been living in for all this time. And those dreams that you've had, those big dreams that you have, you can just continue putting them on the back burner, and they'll just stay dreams somewhere far off in the back corner. It's a choice. It's a choice for all of us. I keep talking about choice on this channel because every day that you get up and every thought that you have is a choice. Can you please love yourself? Can you please just start recognizing your own worth and your own power, that you can choose differently, that you can simply align yourself, even if it's super slow, even if it takes forever or it feels like it'll take forever, and just move closer and closer to that goal, to that dream, inch by inch, day by day. This is the kind of opportunity that we have. We just need to take it. We just need to go for it. And let me tell you, just as a quick example, there will be obstacles. Obstacles always come to test your faith, to test your willingness, your resiliency. Do you want it bad enough? Basically, is the question. Do you want it bad enough? So I was just tested. Monday, we had the crazy Mars energy in Scorpio. As Mars moved into the sign of Scorpio, my laptop screen completely blacked out and it died. So thankfully my laptop is still functional, which would be crazy if it wouldn't be, because it's only like a 2-year-old laptop, but the screen completely fried. So I now had to, of course, improvise, and now I'm using my TV with an HDMI cable as my screen so that I can use my laptop and still continue to post and still continue doing the work that I'm doing. Do you see what I mean? Like, obstacles are going to come. They just are. And it's not about not wanting the obstacles. It's about building the resiliency to manage and handle the obstacles. And by the way, I was so fucking proud of myself because I really didn't freak out. I was actually very shocked and very surprised, especially because Mars was so intense on Monday, the energy of it. But I was just like, okay, this is what it is. And I hopped on the phone and I started to research, repair shops. And I had to call around and get some quotes and stuff. And then I finally found a place, and now I've got the part ordered. The part, though, may take a couple of weeks to get here. And as I've been working on my laptop the last couple of days, using my TV, my laptop is kind of on a lower little table on the floor, and I'm like looking up. So now I'm kind of like developing neck issues a bit from this. I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work, but the cable's too short, so I can't really. Anyway, I have some adjusting to do and some figuring out to do so that I can still do what I need to do, like not allowing the obstacles to stop you, because they will come. Can you manage them? Can you just look at them as like, okay, fuck, whatever, course correction, let's just deal with this right now. Okay, that's kind of dealt with, on to the next thing, or back to work, or back to whatever, right? So I'm just sharing this because this is the type of energy that we're in right now, where things could just go sideways, random. A lot of unexpecteds are showing up for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And it's all okay. It's really mostly just about how well you can manage your emotions at this time, and your thoughts and your feelings, and keeping yourself at 0 point. So I was getting this message consistently, and thankfully I seem to be having a much easier time than usual to keep myself at 0 point. So not overreacting, not particularly even reacting negatively at all, just kind of like taking everything as it comes, working with it, working with the energy, and staying in flow. Okay, so I just want to leave you with that message. Stay in flow no matter what, and have a plan. Start looking at step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Outline it for yourself if you can. Really just tune in to where you need to course correct, how you need to course correct. Do you need some help with course correction? If you do, I will have a link in the description box for booking if you want to book a coaching call with me, 30 minutes, 45, an hour, whatever. But there's a lot we can sort out. So check that out if you need some help with all of this. It can be quite overwhelming, and sometimes we're very lost in our own heads. So it can be very difficult to come up with solutions when you just have the same thoughts repeating over and over. And it's really good in those situations to talk to somebody else, just to get a brand new, fresh perspective, especially a very non-biased perspective about your situation. So That's in the description box if you need some help sorting out some stuff right now. If you need to figure out what kind of course correction you need to make and how to kind of go about making that, what steps need to come, then I can certainly help you with that. But I wish you guys a really, really great week, and definitely just stay in the flow, okay? Don't be reactive. Just stay in the flow no matter what comes right now. And I'm getting some confirmation on that. Stay in the flow. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I wish you all a beautiful week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.